Hi, I'm Christine. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm here with all the September book releases and all of my reading plans for the month. We are now in my favorite season of the year, which of course is fall. I am so excited for all things fall and cozy. I do love winter as well, but fall is definitely my favorite. So I am so excited. We're my favorite time of the year. And I cannot wait because today's video, I'm here to talk about all of the September book releases, which there are so many. And then as well as my reading plans for the month, which are going to be like book club reads and that type of stuff. So let's get into everything. As always, all the books that I talk about are going to be listed in the description of this video, so that if you miss any or want to go and grab them for yourselves and check them out, they're all listed below for you with the title of the book and the author as well. So definitely check that out. So we're going to start off with my book club reads. So first up, I am co-host for Historical Hellions, which is a historical romance book club that I run with Jess from Peace Love Books and Samantha from Books with Samantha. And this is a historical romance book club where we read historical romances published before the year 2000. So more of those like old school historical romance vibes. And our September book pick is Honor Splendor by Julie Garwood. I am so excited to read this one. I actually have quite a few different copies of this one on my shelves, and I'm excited. I love Julie Garwood. I've been reading her for years now, and I have a ton of favorites from her. So very excited for this new one. This one, I don't even know what it's about. Let's see. It says, feuding in the English court, the gentle Lady Madeline suffered the cruel whims of her ruthless brother. Then in vengeance for a bitter crime, the Baron of somewhere else, nicknamed the Wolf, unleashed his warriors against the heroine's brother's domain. And the heroine ended up being the prize that he captured. Ooh, okay, so this sounds super interesting. So I'm excited. Maybe like feuding families, and he wins her as his prize. I'm very excited. So that is Honor Splendor by Julie Garwood. This one, our live show is usually towards the end of the month, which we will announce on our Instagram, linked below as well. But yeah, it's always like one of the last weekends of the month. So for September, can't wait. Let me know if you're going to be joining us for this one. I'm excited to read another Julie Garwood. Then I'm a co-host for another book club, which is a historical fiction book club. I run this one with Tori from Novel Life, and our historical fiction book for September is going to be Broken Country by Claire Leslie Hall. This one is actually recommended to us back when we did our historical fiction readathon in the summer. It was kind of recommended a couple weeks before that. So we both put it on our TBR, but then the audiobooks didn't come in from the library in time. We didn't have copies of it yet. So our library holds are about to come in. We're very excited to read this one in September. A lot of people have read this one and said they love it. I think it's more historical fiction with like possibly a mystery situation going on. I'm very excited. I think the cover is definitely giving fall vibes. So I'm very excited to check this one out. I think that it crosses like a lot of different genres. So I'm very excited to get to this one. I know a lot of people have said it's like one of their favorites of the year. So that has me very excited. Tori and I's live show date isn't announced yet. Again, we'll put that on our Instagram, linked below as well. We usually do them towards kind of the end of the month, but it's usually like on a weeknight. So definitely follow along. Let me know if you're going to be joining us for this one. We cannot wait to read Broken Country. All right. And then the last priority read for me for the month is Hello Stranger by Lisa Kleypas. This is a historical romance, of course, in the Ravenel series by Lisa Kleypas. This is book 4. I have been a co-host for this Ravenel's read-along, which has been so fun. And so this is the book that we are on in the series for September. So here is this gorgeous cover with the pink. I love the heroine in a black and white dress. And then we have this beautiful step back as well, which you rarely see heroines wearing black dresses on historical romances. So I love that. This book is actually my least favorite in the Ravenel series though. So I am interested to see how I feel about it upon reread, because it's been years since I originally read this series. So we shall see what I think about it this time. I know in here the heroine is a female doctor, and there are some things in here that kind of tie into the other books. So excited to reread this one, see what my thoughts were. Like I originally gave it 3 stars. So we'll see where I stand this one. I know this book is very decisive of people either loving or hating it. So we'll see how I feel about it this read. Our live show is going to be on September 14th on B from Mama Needs to Read Romances channel. So definitely join us along. Let me know if you are reading the Ravenels with us, if you're going to pick up this book, all the things. Oh, and then I did forget, I have another one that's kind of like a priority read because it is part of a book club. So this is The Awakening by Nora Roberts. This is for Jess from Peace Love Books. She has a Patreon where she's been reading Nora Roberts books for the past, I think like 2 years now. And so I always try to fit them in on my TBRs for the month as well, because it gets me a like good intro, a good way to pick up Nora Roberts books. She has so many, she has hundreds of books. So it's a good way to kind of just tell me what we're going to be reading that month. And then I can kind of like, I've been figuring out which of Nora's books I really, really love and which don't really work for me. So this one I'm excited for because I think it's a fantasy. I believe it has to do with dragons, I'm gonna guess, because of the cover, kind of the vibes of it, and it is the first in a trilogy. So I am excited to check out a fantasy romance from Nora Roberts. So that is going to be one of my reads for the month as well. All right, and then now I'm going to jump into all of the September new releases. It is stacked. There are so many this month, and these are just like the ones that are on my kind of priority list for the month. So let's get into them. First up, we have By the Horns by Ruby Dixon. This is the second book in her something, is the Artifacts Guild or something, some sort of guild series that she did. She did the first book last year and I loved it. So this is book 2 in the series, and I just love Ruby Dixon's like alien, monster romances, her sci-fi romances. They work for me so well. I've been reading her for years, so very excited for this one on September 2nd. Also on September 2nd is Every Step She Takes by Alison Cochrane. This author, I believe I've read all of her books and I always have such a good time with them. This is a sapphic romance. I honestly know nothing else. I just love the blue cover and I read all the books that this author writes, so I'm excited to get to that one. Also on September 2nd is The Good Girl Effect by Sarah Kate. I actually read an early copy of this one. I had an audio ALC and this one was just okay for me. It's the start of a new series, which is a spin-off second generation series from her Salacious Players Club series, which was like Praise and Highest Bidder and all of those ones, which I loved that series. So this one ended up just being okay for me. It is basically a single dad and nanny romance. It's set in Paris. The whole series is actually going to set place in Paris, so that's fun. And this one was like okay for me. So set around a kind of BDSM / kink club again, and it goes from there. So it's out September 2nd. And then the last one for September 2nd on my list is Land So Wide by Erin A. Craig. This is an author that I love. I've read a ton of her books, maybe all of them, possibly. I have a good time with them. I've read her books for years and they're just like so atmospheric and I love them. So perfect time for fall to pick that one up. Then September 9th is a stacked date. So a lot of these dates in September will be like super stacked with so many releases. So first up is Wildcard by Elsie Silver. Very excited for this one. This is the 4th, I think, final book in the Rose Hill series, possibly. This one has a pretty purple cover. I think it's X's dad romance, if I remember correctly. And I'm excited to get to it. Book 1 in the series was just okay for me, but I really enjoyed book 2 and 3. So I'm excited to check out book 4. Also on September 9th is Picture Perfect by Tessa Bailey. So this is, I think, a baseball romance. I think somebody is a baseball player, maybe somebody's a hockey player. I think I heard that. So that is the case for this one. I think it exists in a series she's been doing. This author is very hit and miss for me, so I probably won't be like amped up to pick this one up unless I hear amazing things, but it's out September 9th. We also have The Most Unusual Haunting of Edgar Lovejoy by Roan Parrish on September 9th. Excited to get to this one. I think it's possibly MM. So I've read a handful of books from this author and I'm excited to check out a new one. Next is Ghost Business by Jen DeLuca, comes out on September 9th as well. This is a follow-up to her book from last year, kind of exists in this series, This Small Town, that's more like paranormally vibes. I think they're doing ghost tours in this one, or I know that the first book in the series, or The Small Town, kind of centers around that, so I am excited to add this one to my fall TBR. We have The Honeycrisp Orchard Inn by Valerie Bowman on September 9th. This one I'm actually in the middle of reading when I'm filming this video, and I am loving the arc of this one so much. This one is filled with every fall thing you can imagine, so it's a very fall-centric. I'm really enjoying it. Very much like, I think it's compared to, of course, like the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, but more like Lovelight Farms kind of vibe as well. Very like small town apple orchard with a bed and breakfast inn as well, and a cute romance. So I'm really loving that one so far, and it's out on September 9th. We have Is This Real or Just Pretend by Emily Sullivan on September 9th. This is a historical romance. This author, I really enjoyed her like first book, I believe, and I've read all of her books since, and some of them are okay, and some of them haven't really been the best. So that first book I really, really loved quite a few years back now. And ever since then, like I check out her books, so I might check this one out. We'll see. People Watching by Hannah Bonham Young comes out on September 9th. This is one of my most anticipated releases for fall, so I'm very, very excited. I've read all this author's books and I just love them. Her book that came out at the beginning of the year, which was what, Out of the Woods, I think? That's one of my favorites of the year. I loved that one. So I'm excited to check out a new one from her. I think this cover is stunning and just all the fall aesthetic. I actually pre-ordered this one from the author's local like bookstore, indie bookstore that she's signing at. It has like pre-order swag, so I cannot wait. Then another one I'm excited for on September 11th is The Gingerbread Bakery by Lori Gilmore. This is the 5th book now in her Dream Harbor series, which is just very like cozy, small town, cutesy, very seasonal romances. So I'm excited for a new one from her. I've read this whole series. On September 12th, we have Only for Tonight by Natasha Madison. I think this is the start of a new series from her, and this author, she always sends me her audio ALCs, and I just have a fun time with her audios. They're quick and easy and a fun time usually, so I'm excited to check this one out. On September 16th, we have Only Earl in the World by Amelie Howard. This one is a novella that exists in her historical romance series that she wrote quite a few years ago, so I'm excited to check it out. I really love supporting this author and checking out her books. I love her historical romances so much. On September 18th, we have Valentine Nook by Lulu Moore. This one I'm probably not going to get to because I read the prequel, I think, that came out last winter for this series, and I didn't really love like the setup or the characters, and I think this is the continuation of their story or another book in that series, which I didn't love the characters, so I probably won't check this one out, but it is out on September 18th. Another historical romance, we have Ladies in Hating by Alexandra Vosti on September 23rd. This is, I think it's sapphic, possibly. Sounds cute, and the cover's really cute, so I love the color vibes for this one. On September 23rd, we have a new mafia romance. So this is Brutal Devil by Laura Whitney, which is actually the pen name for the historical romance author Scarlett Scott. So this one is definitely on my TBR, which she has announced that as her pen name. Like, I'm not outing anybody here. She has announced that on both of her Instagrams that that is who she is. So I do really love her historical romances, so I'm excited to read this mafia and see how that goes for her. I know that like another historical romance author, Joanna Shupe, she has done mafia with her Mila Finelli pen name, so it totally works, and those I feel like can totally be relatable, like historical romance and mafia. They have a lot of similar vibes, so I'm excited to check this one out on September 23rd. Two more for September 23rd. We have Bad for Business by Kat Singleton. This is the second book in her Pembroke Hills series, which I love. It's like this country club vibe, and I'm just excited to check out more for this series and for the characters that we've already met, so I'm very excited. I love Kat Singleton's books. She always has like billionaire, very like obsessed heroes, down bad for the heroines, so I'm excited to get to this one. And then Tourist Season by Bryn Weaver is out on September 23rd as well. This is a start of a new series, I think, from her. I'm excited to check it out. I read her Ruinous Love trilogy and really enjoyed those. They were just like a fun time when I wanted more of like darker comedy type of romances with serial killers. So I'm excited to check out this new one from her. On September 24th is Rising Rain by Tessa Hale. This is one of my most anticipated for fall. Love this series so much. This is actually the third book in the Wolves of Crescent Creek series, and I'm so excited to get to it because I have loved the whole series. Wolf Shifters, Paranormal, Why Choose, this like fated mates type of vibe to all the characters. I'm very excited to see how this series ends with this final book. You definitely have to read them in order, but there is time to catch up before this one's out on September 24th. Have a couple for September 26th. So the first one is The Fang Arrangement by Sarah Blue. This one I'm very excited for. I read the first book in this series last year and really loved it, The Marriage Hex, and so I'm excited to get to this one as well because I think it has to do with vampires. The first one was like a wolf and a witch, and so I'm excited to see the pairing in this one, and her covers are always just like so cute for this series. We have Bewitchingly Hers by Jennifer Chipman out on September 26th, another one that totally gives fall vibes, so definitely add that to your TBR. I feel like this author does like really sweet cutesy but like mixed with spicy times really well in her books. I have to be in the mood to pick them up, but I feel like they're fun when you read them like in their season that you're supposed to. We have The Lost Kings by Ashley Munoz. This is on September 26th as well. I think this is the start of a new series. Honestly, don't know too much about it. I know that she usually writes MC romances, so possibly is MC. Small Town, something kind of in that vein again. On September 30th, we have a ton of new releases. So the first one is The Earl That Got Away by Diana Quincy. This is a historical romance, and I'm so excited because this author hasn't published a book in quite a few years, so I'm excited to get to this new one from her. Very excited. The cover is just so stunning. Then we have The Nanny's Handbook for Magic and Managing Difficult Dukes by Amy Rose Bennett on September 30th. This is described as a cozy fantasy historical rom-com, so it has me intrigued, and I think the cover's cute, so I might check that one out on like audio from my library. One of my most anticipated for the year is The Lost Story of Ava Fuentes by Chanel Clayton out on September 30th. This was originally supposed to be out in the summer and it was pushed back, and I am very excited to add it to my fall TBR. I can't wait. I have read all of this author's historical fiction books, love them to pieces. I have a whole guide for her books on my channel, so definitely check that out as well. I'll link it in the description of the video, but I'm very excited for a start of a new historical fiction from her. Then we have Crazy in Love by Laura Pavlov. This is on September 30th as well, and this is the fourth book in her Rosewood River series. She is just pumping out these small town romances, so I'm excited to get back to this series and check them out. They're always just like a cutesy fun time. I love the found family. We have The Puck Boys of FU by G.N. Wright on September 30th. This is her spinoff from her other series that had like The Puck Secret and all of those ones, which I loved, so I'm excited for this new spinoff because we kind of got like a little intro peek at some of the characters. I think some of these are going to be like Polly or Why Choose, I believe, from kind of the tidbits that she teased, So I'm excited to check it out either way. She has more of like darker hockey romances, so I'm excited to get to that. Then September 30th is Bitterburn by Sierra Simone. I'm very excited for this one as well. I've loved this series from her. This is actually my favorite series from Sierra Simone, so I'm excited to get to it. I think this is the final book in the trilogy, possibly, of this kind of like MMF, MFM kind of pairing. We'll see how it ends up. It's like a Tristan and Isolde retelling, so I'm excited to get to that. Another historical romance on September 30th is The Scots Seduction by Megan Frampton. This is another author that I've read a ton of her books. I get them from my library and they're just like a fun, cutesy time. They're historical romances, but her books, they're always fun when I'm reading them, but they're not books that I like remember or think about after the fact. So like if that makes sense, so like they're fun, but they're not favorites. So if there's time or if I need to fill something in, I would grab one of hers. We have What Stalks the Deep by T. Kingfisher on September 30th. I love this author's books, very like atmospheric, usually horror. They're very gory and just like descriptive and atmospheric, and I'm excited. This is, I think, the third book in this like kind of like novella type of series that this author's been writing, so I'm excited because I've read the first two. Soul Searching by Lila Sage on September 30th. It's one of my most anticipated. I am so excited. The cover, stunning. The vibe, the blurb for this one, everything just sounds amazing. And I'm so excited, like more paranormally ghosty vibes, but very like fall as well. So I'm very excited. And then the last three, we have The Homemaker by Julie Ann on September 30th. This author is very hit and miss for me, but I always check out her books because they sound amazing. So I'll probably check this one out because again, the blurb hooked me. So we shall see what I think about this one. All right, then we have three holiday romances hitting for September 30th. So we have Holly by Adeline Grace. This one exists in her like Belladonna series, and this is a novella for the series. Honestly, I probably won't get to it because I feel like I fell out of love with that series, but anyways, it's out September 30th. We have The Holiday Ever After on September 30th. This one looks really cutesy as well. This is an author that I still need to pick up, so I need to jump into her books eventually. Then we have A Mannequin for Christmas by Timothy Janofsky on September 30th. This is an MM romance. I read quite a few, I think, from this author. MM romances, holiday romances usually I pick up, and they're just like cutesy and fun and more like emotional elements, so I will check this one out probably as well once I'm in the holiday season of reading. Right now I'm in like fall spooky, atmospheric, cozy type of time. So once I get into holiday, those ones will be ready at the end of the month. So that is all of the new releases I have for September. Like I mentioned, all of those are going to be linked in the description of the video. So if you missed any, you want to go pre-order, you want to go put library holds in, they're all going to be listed down below for you. So definitely check that out. I'm very excited for so many of these new releases. I think my month is just going to be stacked with new releases and fall reads in general, which I have my fall TBR video coming out soon that's going to include like books that I want to get to for fall. So either new releases, but a lot of backlist as well. So excited for that and look forward to that video coming as well. Definitely let me know what books you are looking forward to in September. Like I mentioned, there are so many new releases, so there's a ton that I didn't even mention that are either just not on my radar or not ones that I plan to get to. But if you have some that you're excited for, definitely drop them in the comments if I didn't mention them. And if you're going to check any of these out, let me know as well. If you're going to join any of the book clubs that I'm co-hosting, let me know that too. I cannot wait. If you'd rather leave me an emoji in today's comments for September, since we're in like spooky season, leave me a bat because there's a bat on my shirt today. So leave me a bat in the comments. If you haven't done so yet, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my future videos, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!